3 seconds to go. There we go. I'll sit down. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Kiritapu, Allan.
Mr. Speaker, it's with absolute delight that I get to rise and speak on the Families Package Income Tax and Benefits Bill, sir. This is exactly the type of legislation that this side of the House entered into this parliament to do, because what it does is it absolutely flips on its head the last 9 years and the trajectory that we've been going on, that this government has let us down. But before I turn to the substantives, I just want to make a comment on the previous Speaker's bill. Now, she said, now, why would we give money to people that don't need it? Exactly. That's a great point, because every single one of us was going to get an extra $1,000 a week, and we don't need it. The reality is the people that do need it are the people up into Teko, the people up into Kaha, the people up in Tolaga. Those whānau need that cash in their back pocket. Now, what I was just thinking about, because the last time I was in Te Kaha, you guys probably don't get up there, expect to go to your fancy holiday homes, but when I go up there, I'm dealing with the nannies and the kurus. I'm thinking of Haki McRoberts and the whānau up there. When I step into their homes, they're not that warm and they don't have a lot of cash in their back pockets. But what they're saying to me is, there was almost tears when I spoke to some of them, when we talked about what the implications of this legislation would be for those nannies and those kurus up the coast. And when I talk to their mukapuna, I say, no, you know what, nan kuru, they're going to get an extra $700 to help pay with the heat. They were stoked, because what that meant was that they could ensure that their nannies and their kurus wouldn't be sleeping on the floor in their kitchen next to the ovens as they're currently doing, and that they've been currently doing under this government. Go and see it for yourselves, because if you haven't seen it, then I say that you haven't been out to provincial New Zealand. Now, I know that the member represents a provincial seat, but I don't know whether that member spends a lot of time with those that aren't in the upper echelons. I'll tell you what, there are so many people out there in our rural provincial electorates that are getting in touch with me right now saying thank you. Thank you for, well, I actually picked up a few extra votes. I was pretty surprised myself, but yeah, but anyway, that's a point for another day. But what they are saying is thank you to a compassionate Labour-led government. Thank you, the Honourable Grant Robertson, for building on the movement that started in our previous Labour government. Thank you, the Honourable Chris Hipkins, for introducing a raft of amendments that dumps the legislation prior that done nothing to educate our kids. So, sir, I don't want to go on and on this evening, but I want to wholeheartedly swing in behind and say thank you to our executive for the stunning job that you're doing, and, sir, commend this bill to the House.
Great. The question is that the motion be agreed to. Those of that opinion will say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. A party vote is called for. The clerk will conduct a party vote.
New Zealand National.